Greetings for the day. Today we are going to look at from the scriptures, that is Deuteronomy chapter 2, about some of the accusation generally on the God of the Bible. People say God is God of the Jews, and He gave only land to the Jews, and He is a partial God, and all those stuffs. But when you come to Deuteronomy chapter 2, the way Moses writes, it's very beautiful. In Deuteronomy chapter 2, verses 5 to 8, if you read those verses, it will be good. Moses is instructed by God not to touch the land of Esau, because it says that in 2 verse 5, do not provoke Esau, I will not give you any of their land, even as a little footstep, because I have given Mount Seir to Esau as a possession. It is God who gave the land to Esau. And similarly, if you come down, it says in 2 verse 9, Deuteronomy, do not harass Moab, because I have given the land to the sons of Lot as a possession. And then if you come down in the same chapter, in 2 verse 19, do not provoke the Ammonites, I have not given their land, because I have given, in verse 20, the land that Zumzumites lived as a possession to Ammonites. And then if you come down further, in 2 verse 23, the people that are called Avivites, and their land is given to the Philistines as a possession by God. And the point that I want to make here is Deuteronomy chapter 2 verse 12. It says very clearly, Horites lived in the land of Seir, but the sons of Esau dispossessed them and destroyed them before them and settled in their place, just as Israel did to the land of their possession, which God gave it to them. So you see in the pages of scriptures, God is a sovereign God. And you will see His providential activity everywhere. Today, if somebody is receiving something, it is from God. James chapter 1 verse 17, all the good things that are given from the Father, in whom there is no partiality. Right? My neighbor also receives something from God, and I also receive something from God. What made Israelites so special is that their land was given to them because of a covenant. But there was no covenant that was made with the others. So that made Israel something special. And then you need to ask, why the covenant? God made a covenant to Abraham in Genesis 12, 1-3. Why? Through Abraham, the whole earth will be blessed. So that is the reason. So God is God of the entire earth. So Apostle Paul asked in Romans chapter 3 verse 29, is He God of only the Jews? Is He not God of the Gentiles? Yes, He is the God of the Gentiles. He has the plan of salvation for the entire world. It is not that God is showing favoritism to one group of people. In fact, God tells the Israelites in Deuteronomy 9 and in many other places, if you behave like Canaanites, and I will take you into captivity. Because God gave the land to the Jewish people, and He was so partial, and He was just closing His eyes with respect to whatever the mistakes that they did. No. God said, I will chastise you. So the election of Israel is not an exclusive privilege, but it is an inclusive responsibility. Right? Just because God touched me and saved me, It doesn't mean that I am someone who is great. Deuteronomy 7 speaks about it. So the Israelites were not great. Deuteronomy 9 speaks about it. You are not someone who is great that I'm so impressed that I gave you this land. No, you are the object of, subject of my covenant. And through you, I have a plan. Right? In 1787, at the convention, Benjamin Franklin made a beautiful statement. If a sparrow cannot fall to the ground, is it probable that an empire can rise to the feet without his aid? You need to think about that, right? One day Nebuchadnezzar, in the book of Daniel, he came and he said, "Oh, these are all mine. I have achieved." Then the voice came from heaven. No, I put somebody on the seat and I pull that person down, right? So God is not a one who is showing partiality. God is the God who is wanting to save everybody. As Peter said, his heart is that none should perish. So such accusations are totally baseless. The scriptures are very clear that God is a loving God and he is overseeing every single thing on the earth. Amen. Thank you so much.